All right, welcome back to the program. Boy, we got a guest in here. Shot out of a cannon. You're always high energy, aren't you, Polo?
Buenos días, ¿cómo están?
Hey,
Muchas
good morning.
gracias. Bienvenidos al Rizzuto Show 105.7, El Punto o The Point. Mi nombre es Polo Ascencio y está usted en el show de Rizz. ¡Feliz cumpleaños!
This is going to be a really weird
Thank you, sir.
Am I having a stroke?
No. Polo Ascencio is here. He is the Spanish voice of your St. Louis Cardinals. It's great to meet you, man.
Dude, I mean, this is a dream come true.
Oh, God. You got to reach higher.
No, not to be with you guys, but to be inside a studio, because, you know, we're in the booth. It's really small. This is huge. Not you guys. You guys
okay. Yeah, right.
This is a great hat right here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
As you can tell, I mean, I usually wear hats, but I have a huge problem because I have a huge head. And seriously, I wish I could wear something like that.
You can, man. You can.
Not that one, though.
Join the club.
Not,
Here, try it.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah, the big hat store.
Yeah.
Let's see. Come on.
It's a little tight. No. Oh, you do have a big head, bro.
No way that's working. Listen,
hey, take a rubber mallet and see if you get it on the side.
It's a 7 3/8.
I
got a fat head.
You can borrow my hat.
This is an 8.
Oh, damn.
And it's a little tight.
Yeah, this is
man, you need custom hats.
You know what? Chomps, one of our guys there at the Cardinals, by the way, hey, what's up, Chomps? A couple of weeks ago, he came to our booth. He's like, hey, Polo. And I've talked to the guy. He's super nice. He's mostly quiet, but, you know, one of those deadly by, like silent by deadly kind of guys. Yeah. He comes into the booth and he's like, I brought you something. I'm like, what? I've talked to you a few times. Thank you so much. What is it? He's like, well, I found this hat in the clubhouse. He's one of the guys who works in the clubhouse with the Cardinals. And I found this hat. I'm like, okay. And it's 8 1/8.
Oh, my.
Unheard of.
And then I said to myself, he said that, not me. Who fits in here? And then he's like, okay, not that guy, Jack in the Box, no.
What kind of monster fits in this
what
hat?
kind of monster? Where's King Kong, you know? And he's like, Polo. So he brought it to me, and I was really touched by the whole, the thought that he was thinking about me. And then I put it on, and for the first time in a long time, I had a bigger hat than my actual head.
Wow. Right.
Actually, you see, like this?
Yeah.
This one moves with me. That one, I can move it around, and it actually goes around. Wow. So I wear it at very special occasions. I mean, not that this one is not a special occasion, right? But yeah, that's my problem. And by the way, I do have a cowboy hat. Stetson also.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice name dropping.
Hey, that's a Stetson.
Yeah.
You know, he knows his hats.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm like, what are you wearing? I don't even.
Mine's a hat I got for free.
Hey, isn't that the radio life?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, by the way, speaking of free, I brought you guys a little something. Oh. No, it's not what you think.
Get out of here.
I know it's white, but it's not what you're thinking, white powder.
What is that?
I'm talking about, baby powder. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm not listen.
You have your own bobblehead?
Well, it's not my own because Bengie somehow got in there.
Both of you.
So, yeah, this is a Polo Ascencio Bengie Molina bobblehead.
Amazing. Is both you guys at the desk?
Yeah, it's both of us at the desk. It's super cool. I'm afraid to open it because some of them, like, we've been moving around the boxes.
Right.
And they just, again, they used a lot of clay, whatever they used for my head. And sometimes my
You
head
ran out of material for your head?
No joke. My head just, like, drops, and I'm like, okay.
Did Bengie go, leave some material for me?
Bengie was a little upset. Let's be very careful.
Everything. Oh, look at that. It's got a full desk, a full Cardinals desk.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
So Bengie was a little upset because if you can see the bobblehead, his head is a little bigger than mine. So I'm like, hey, I had to pay a little extra.
What an honor, though.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Dude, I mean, this.
You know you made it. You made it.
I remember when the first time I got to Busch Stadium. Again, how long is this show? We have about an hour, right?
Yeah,
go ahead, we can go on and on forever. The first time I showed up to Busch, invited by the Cardinals and by Kyle Garcia, the person who actually found me, you know, he used to work with Que Buena, not anymore, radio station here in St. Louis. We walked around Busch Stadium, you know, Ann Carroll, Dan Farrell. I haven't met Selena then, but Selena's here.
Hi, Selena.
Can Selena get a big hand?
Hi, Selena. Hey.
Selena's awesome. Without Selena, I'm not here. Yeah. She drove, actually.
Yeah.
She's a really bad driver.
Not here.
You guys talk about California drivers being bad. Selena takes the cake.
Terrible.
Yeah, she's not from California. Have you ever been to California, Selena? She said no. But anyway, you drive like one, so congrats. and I can say that because I'm from California. You know, it's like I'm Mexican, so I can make all the racist Mexican jokes because I'm Mexican. If you say it, bad.
So lay off Italians.
I'm adopted, so I can get away with it all.
I can get away with it all. So we were talking about bobbleheads, right? So I'm walking around, and there's a display of all kinds of bobbleheads. And Kyle tells me this is the first time I walk inside Busch Stadium ever, 2016. And he pointed the bobbleheads, and they had John Rooney with Mike Shannon, of course, Jack Buck, you know, all the announcers there. He said, hey, one day you're going to have one. I'm like, dude, I'm just getting here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care. All I want is a contract. All I want is a paycheck. Something like that. And, a couple of years later, people were lining up to get our bobbleheads, and that brought me back to the days where I used to line up early at Dodger Stadium, because I live still close to L.A., and, you know, I used to work for the Dodgers, and I was a Dodger fan. I'm a fan of baseball. And to line up for hours, waiting, hoping to get a bobblehead, and now I see people.
You're the guy.
You're
the bobblehead.
To get our bobblehead, and not only that, when people still ask me for an autograph and things like that, I'm like, why me?
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean, why you? You know who you are? I'm like, I'm my mom's son.
You're
right.
You're a baseball fan,
and it's like, look, I'm
well.
it's
I mean, your
crazy.
story, just reading up on you. I mean, your story is incredible. I mean, you're from Tijuana,
Mexico,
right? So that's how far away from San Diego?
From San Diego, well, 15, 20 minutes.
So was your father grew up a Padre fan?
My dad grew up in Mexico, Guadalajara, Jalisco, in the middle of Mexico. Jalisco is known for tequila. My mom was from Zacatecas, is known from people killing with machetes. And
Right.
Okay.
I've been saying it right the whole time. Machete.
While on the tequila.
Machete.
Machete.
Thank you for saying that. See, I'm turning white now. Machete. Oh, machete. Give me a burrito with
machete.
carne asada.
It's a machete. No, it's a machete.
That's an accent is excellent.
Give me the Chile Verde burrito with the homemade chips, please. I'm like, oh my God, so good. So what we're talking about my dad. Well, grew up baseball fan, right? And you live in Tijuana. Obviously, the connection is there with the Padres.
Yeah.
So I grew up going to Padre games since. They tell me, I don't remember this. The first time, it's funny. I never said this story because it never comes up. The first time I crossed the border, it was illegally. And back then, we're talking about 80, it was really easy. You know, maybe that's why there's a lot of Mexicans here. Again, I can say that because. So they tell me the stories, like my mom, my dad, my 4 sisters, they all had papers and, you know, legal to cross the border every day if they wanted to. But I didn't because I was little and they didn't have a chance to go yet or whatever. So my sister will sit on top of me. Like, they'll put a blanket.
Yeah.
My sister will sit on top of me, and they will say, be quiet. And the only reason I stay quiet is because I knew we were going to a baseball game.
Yeah.
If I knew we were going somewhere else.
To not get caught.
Again, I don't remember this. They tell me the story. So that's how I became a baseball fan, along with my mom, my dad, my 4 sisters, myself, every Sunday. You know, and I tell this story, my mom gets mad at me. Luckily, she doesn't understand a lot of English, and I don't think she's awake right now in Tijuana. We didn't go to church every Sunday, but we went to the church of baseball. Like in the morning. My dad had a game at 1 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock, making burritos.
Burritos? Did I do it right? Burritos?
Burritos? That's too much.
Okay, too much. I don't want to offend.
Don't show off.
Yeah, I don't want to offend.
Scale it back a little bit, man.
Just say flour tortilla with beans
Okay, that's
inside.
fine. I mean, burrito.
Burrito, yeah, there you go. Burrito. So we would go to the games every Sunday, like from 8, 9 in the morning until my dad played, and, you know, burritos, drinks and all that in the back of my dad's station wagon. And we will stay there all Sunday. Like if the game was at 10, we will be home until like 10 o'clock.
It's a day revolving around baseball.
Exactly.
That's cool.
And you know, a Sunday leagues. If you win, you drink because you won. If you lose, you drink because you lose.
Yeah.
And it's a party. And that's how you grew up. A big family, not only with my family, but the families of the other players in those teams.
Right, so this is the 80s. You know, you're a kid, you're going to the Padre games. Your favorite baseball player was Fernando Valenzuela?
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Did I not say it right?
Should I just, can I just leave
Valenzuela.
Valenzuela.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
Venezuela
sorry.
is a country, man.
No, yeah, Venezuela's a country.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm liking you more.
Wait, hang on. Machete. Okay.
More. What's not to like?
Like,
Valenzuela.
Can you move just a little bit this way?
Sure.
Can somebody tell me the story about King Scott? I mean, Scott, right? But why King? And that lettuce he has, it's amazing. like he's like, go in front of me. I'm like, no, please. I want to see that.
The mane. It's you know what it is? An angel kissed his head one day, and that's it happened.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
And that's where I got knighted.
Want to make love to that hair.
Oh my goodness.
We need way more time.
Hey, man, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, man.
Scott, make that happen.
It's Selena's fault. She brought me the extra charged espresso from the...
You got your own bobblehead, man. You can do whatever you want to do.
No, it's gorgeous. I love it.
By the way, don't get too much of a big head about this bobblehead. They misspelled Cardinals on here.
They did. They put Cardenales. And no, in this bobblehead, it gets better. But again, the Cardinals gave it away in 2019. So let me.
I like how they pack it with the
Yeah.
stuff around the neck,
A
so it
plastic
doesn't
scarf.
bobble.
Yeah, and then has a little clip here. Let's see if it still works.
Oh, is it out of batteries?
Oh no.
Oh, a home run from Molina?
That's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You
that's
click
amazing.
on it, and the other story about this bobblehead, obviously, before they put it out there, hey, Polo, come and see the bobblehead. And they thought I was going to be happy, right? Oh, I looked at it, and I'm like, you need to change this, and this. And they're like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no, I'm not kidding you. If you can tell, on top of the desk, there's something right here, right? There's a little thing here.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, you broke it.
No.
It's right there. Well, it used to be, thank you, Selena, it used to be a baseball. Or it was a baseball or a cup. And when I saw that, I'm like, well, I am very particular about things. And Selena can tell you that I am. So I saw that. I'm like, well, I don't have a baseball with me on the desk. Water, I try to keep it to the side. Why don't we make a radio? See, this is an actual. Well, actually, things
that a
happen
radio?
for a reason. Look at it.
Oh, it's my size. Thank
It's a
you.
little transistor radio. A battery radio.
Yeah.
It's basically the replica
Mini radio.
of the radio that I used to use when I was a custodian cleaning offices.
Oh, that's
Well,
cool.
I
That's
want to
amazing.
bring that up. You know, we're jumping ahead here.
Yeah.
Your story is incredible because, okay, so you grew up a baseball fan. You're a Padre fan.
And it's identical to the radio because, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I have the radio with me. Like
You still have it?
I still have it, and I every night when I call a game, that's one of the first things I put on my desk, my old radio, because I never want to forget where I came from. And
That's
that
awesome.
radio reminds me where I came from.
That's
and
when I broadcast, I put King Scott in that room to remind me.
To remind you,
of something.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, let's say if this ever ends for me, I still have this.
Yeah.
And I have my radio, and that tells me that I can go and do anything, because if 10 years ago I was a custodian cleaning offices, bathrooms, windows, and stuff, and now I am in this studio with you guys, and later I'm going to be calling the Cardinals game, I can do anything I want.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
so you got married and you worked with your father-in-law.
Yes.
As a custodian. Was he a custodian too?
Well, he owns his own company, cleaning offices, bathrooms, restrooms, carpets in Santa Barbara, where I live, in the central coast of California, and also a restoration business, Castro's. If you ever need somebody, Castro's, call them. I don't know if they'll drive this way. So that was my first job when I crossed the border.
Right. So you're working like nights in an office when the office is closed, and you had a little radio, and you would listen to sports radio.
I would listen to sports radio, Spanish, English, obviously Dodger games, Padre games on my radio. And that radio kept me awake, kept me moving, kept me excited about things. Because, sometimes you're by yourself, cleaning and doing things. And then who do you have? And this is before iPhones and Blackberries and all
You literally turn the dial to
let's
what
do
you
that.
want to listen to.
Let's
So
do
you
that.
had these two guys you were listening to, sports talk guys, and you would call in because it was a show that was not really about baseball. It was about soccer more.
I mean, if you know something about us Latinos, or in this case, more Mexicans, we love soccer and we love boxing.
Yeah.
All the other sports are there, but they're kind of like in the background.
Right.
You know, it's like you're like the fourth Jonas brother.
Yeah. Yeah, Carl Jonas. Nobody knows
his name is Frankie, by the way. Frankie Jonas.
Frankie Jonas.
Bonus Jonas, we used to call him. Hey, if you want to quiz me about boy bands.
Is that true? I didn't even know there was a fourth Jonas brother. I just
he's a
named
younger
him
one.
Carl because that's what I call
Joe,
everybody.
Kevin, and Frankie, and he was called the Bonus Jonas. But he was not on the.
He was a spare in case one of the other ones went down.
Exactly.
He was having the donut. He's the donut in the trunk.
Joe tore his ACL. We need you in right now.
Come on, Frankie, get in there.
Man,
you know
that
all the
was sad
moves.
when they kicked Joe out of the band. No, they kicked Kevin out of the band.
Oh,
Have you
never
seen-
forget.
Have you seen the documentary?
The documentary is wonderful.
Yeah, it's great.
It
Like,
really
for
is
real.
awesome.
It was a very
I went to the
sad
show,
day,
and
right?
the show
Sad
was
day for us.
fantastic.
I've been to Jonas Brothers too.
Yeah.
Jonas Brothers, One Direction. One Direction, Jonas Brothers, New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, all of those guys. By the way,
I saw the Backstreet Boys.
Harry
about 5
Styles is
seconds
coming
of
to
summer.
town. If anybody has a ticket, an extra ticket, Harry Styles.
You want to go with me?
Let's do it.
go.
Watermelon
We'll have
sugar
some
high,
burritos
baby.
and
Can
then
you
we'll go see-
imagine if
He's
the
trying
two
to
of you
friend
guys,
up right now.
what if the two of you guys by yourselves went to
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles?
Hey, there's Rizz and Polo at the
I can
Harry
see it.
Styles show.
People would be passing out.
I can see it.
Oh, God, that'd be
I can see it.
hilarious.
I cannot.
Yeah, except for
I
Rizz
can
is
see
gonna.
you going, but I can't see
Yeah,
him going.
Rizz is gonna go. Hey, Polo, which one's Harry Styles?
They're still going to be upset about the parking.
I'll be the cute one with the tattoos.
There you go.
You
That's
see?
what I am?
You see, that was radio silent for about 3 seconds. Everybody was like, what just happened here?
All right, now, back,
You gonna take
I
him
wanna
out?
go back to your story.
Okay,
I want to go back
let's
to
go.
your story.
Sorry, yeah.
So, because it's fascinating because there's a soccer and boxing radio show. They didn't have any
Baseball, no.
baseball guys
No
on there.
knowledge.
So you'd call in.
I'll call in, like, somebody calls in or sends the text to ESPN, and I'll be like, hey, so the Dodgers, and they'll be quiet. They'll be silent, like right now, like you guys are just listening, right? And I'll be like, okay, hey, but how about the Lakers last night? And the guys will be quiet. And at times I'll be like, hello, like thinking they hang out with me, right? Yeah. And they're like, no, we're here. I'm like, okay, well, I'm calling. It's like somebody calling you guys because they think you guys know everything about music or whatever you guys do.
They didn't know crap.
They
Just
didn't.
like we know crap. We don't know anything.
Exactly. and they kind of didn't. So and by the way, I did this in the middle of cleaning my offices. So I will listen to the show, and I'm like, okay, nobody's here. I'm going to get into Rizz's office or King's card booths, and I'm going to get his number, his phone. Hey, so yeah, this is Polo from
awesome.
blah, 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 blah. So one day, the guy, after I was done, he's like, hi, Polo, can you please not hang up? I'm like, sure. Okay. They knew me by now, right?
You're a regular.
So the guy's like, hey, so I want to tell you something. And at first I thought they're going to ask me, don't call anymore. Nobody cares anymore, right? I mean, why are you always calling, talking about the Dodgers and the Lakers and things like that nobody really cares? All we want is soccer. And it was the other way around. The guy, hey, do you want to call us every week, but now you are going to have your own segment? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, you call us to the hotline. I was like, wow,
No, I got
get
the
the hotline.
hotline.
I got the hotline number. I got the hotline. It's like-
Digits.
for those kids who don't understand what the hotline is, it's like sliding into the DMs. You know? When the girl
At
tells you
least.
can,
That's
like,
special
that's
line.
like,
That's
whoa, I'm sliding
direct
in there.
access.
Exactly. Directo, acceso directo. And so I'm like, cool. And the guy's like, but we don't have money to pay you. I'm like, I don't care. I just want
I'm
to
doing this anyway.
Yeah, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So I did it for a couple of years like that, and then with that, a few other things happened. Like I started writing for a Spanish website, baseball, because of my brother. My brother was doing writing. He's like, hey, why don't you do this? This guy, he's starting his website, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, tell him if I can. So he said, hey, and then my brother sold it very nice. Oh, he has his own radio show. Yeah, I do have my own radio show, 5 minutes every week. So the guy liked it, and I started writing, and he liked what I was writing. I don't know, I guess. Maybe he said, you know what? I don't have anything else to put out there. Let's do it. So with that, I'm doing the radio, I'm doing the writing, and I also obviously have the job
Custodian
that actually
job,
pays. And with that, a friend of mine that works still at the Santa Barbara County Education Office building, the one that I used to clean, he calls me. He's like, hey, Polo, I just read on the LA Times that the Dodgers are starting their own website in Spanish. I'm like, oh, that's great. He's like, why don't you get in touch with them? I'm like, that's the Dodger,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm doing this on my own now.
I'm cleaning offices.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, that's the Dodger. What are they going to say? Who are you, right?
Yeah.
But then I looked. Oh, okay, there they are. I see a couple guys riding. One of them I kind of know a little bit more now, but I never liked them. So I'm like, I'm going to gun for your job. But that really didn't really happen like that. But so I got in contact with, I called the number on the schedule. Mm-hmm. If you want tickets, go 323-2241 hit. That was the number to call if you wanted tickets for the Dodgers. So I called that number. That's the only number I had.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
the only way to get in touch with the Dodgers.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, can I talk to Tommy Lasorda or Fernando Valenzuela? Hey, I tried. And then they said, there's no Venezuela. I mean Valenzuela.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get it. I made a mistake. Okay, you jerks.
So the lady, I tell the lady, I'm like, hey, who's the director of publications, the website? She's like, I don't really know, but I'm going to put you through with this guy. I'm like, okay, I'm through now.
Yeah.
You know, went from being on the hotline to being through to somebody in the office. And I talked to the guy. He said, send me something. I'm like, okay. So obviously, when somebody gives you a chance, like when you go out with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, the first time you go out with this, you overdo it.
Yeah.
You bring flowers, chocolate, diamonds, and all that stuff, right?
To a first date, diamonds.
Yeah,
wow,
diamonds,
yeah. You want to go on a date?
You got to roll polo
Are
style,
you going to give me diamonds?
No, you're giving me diamonds.
No,
I'll give you flowers and chocolate.
I have a bobblehead, bro. All you have is a hat.
You're right.
A very small one.
That's all I got.
What was okay? So I overdid it. I wrote this. It was like the Bible, like a huge article, column about something.
Dissertation.
Yeah, the guy basically said, "No, I don't really like it." That's all he answered, right?
Dang.
Like, dang it. Okay. So one day, it was 2006. The first World Baseball Classic started.
Yeah, so
right?
I know this story. So somehow you finagled yourself
I did.
some passes.
I did.
Some press passes for the World Baseball Classic.
I was kind of lying, but not lying, because I was working for the radio station, but at the same time, I was not getting paid. The radio station didn't even know who I was. I never met those guys because I was always calling. I had to work. They were in the studio. And so I sent an email to MLB, blah, 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 blah. My wife helped me made a old school Photoshop, put a photo on top of a photo, not of this computer stuff. And she helped me create a badge or a credential. And I remember they said, in the back, they said sports director. And it was me. So I'm the director of sports of the station now.
Yeah. Technically not a lie.
No, not a lie. Not a lie, no. Because I was better than anybody else. And I said better than everybody else, just in case you didn't understand that. So I send the email for the World Baseball Classic. They reply, say, you're in. I'm like, holy crap. All I wanted was to save some money. So once you have the credential, you don't need to buy tickets. Right, and you guys know that.
Yeah.
Like you guys go, hey,
So now you get into the games.
I'm with the point. I'm here to give hats to people. Oh yeah, come into the Harry Styles concert.
Yeah.
Let's go. So that's what I did, right? So I drive to Arizona from my house. It was a great experience for me, right? My first real experience like that with MLB. Mm-hmm. And then, as part of having those credentials, you are allowed to go into spring training games, because the World Baseball Classic is usually played during spring training. And what happened one day after Mexico got eliminated, well, my childhood hero, Fernando Valenzuela.
Thank you.
Valenzuela.
Thank you for saying it right, unlike some other people.
He still is a commentator for the Dodgers. So he was just walking there. It was Dodgers Angels in Anaheim. So I drove, because I had nothing else to do, I guess. I drove 2 hours to go to a spring training game. I'm living the dream at this time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm on the field. I'm with these people.
You're just happy to be around baseball players in baseball.
Exactly. That was it. And I'm still. But so I see Fernando there. I've never talked to him but once. One time I asked him for his autograph, and I was petrified. I was like,
Yeah.
But again, if you ever want my autograph, if you talk to me in Spanish, automatic, you get my autograph. If you talk to me in English, I'll be like, wait, let me see. Okay, I'll get it.
Fine.
Yeah, fine. If you say thanks,
Fine.
yeah.
Begrudgingly.
But I'm like, hey, Fernando, me das tu autógrafo. He looks up. He's like, all right, give me the ball. So I threw it. He signed it. I was so happy. I'm like,
yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
I have something that Fernando touched. So this happened at Anaheim Stadium on the first base side dugout where the visitors used to be. I think they're still there. So I go up to Fernando. This is 2006. That is 25 years, anniversary, 25, 30, 40, nobody celebrates 17 or 13. So I'm like, hey, Fernando, it's 25 years since Fernando Mania. 1981, Fernando took baseball by the baseballs.
Right.
And took it. And took
By
it.
the huevos, can we say?
Yeah, baseballs.
Okay. Baseball.
Keep it clean, man.
All
It's
right.
too early.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about eggs.
Yeah. Now I'm getting
Come
hungry.
on.
Now I'm getting hungry. I'm like, hey, Fernando, 25 years. Would you give me a couple minutes so I can have a couple? And I was not ready. All I had was a little recorded. I had no idea what was I going to ask. And at first he said no. I was happy he talked to me. I was happy he said no. I don't have time. And when
He said no, which is hilarious.
like
In Spanish,
baseball
yeah.
players and a lot of athletes, when they say I don't have time, it means I'm just going to stand here for the next 45 minutes doing nothing, but I cannot talk to you.
Yeah.
And that happens everywhere, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, hey, it's your time, you're focusing, whatever. But so as I walk around, start walking, he's like, all right, 5 minutes. I was like,
Okay, and you run back and
I went back and we start talking, blah, 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 blah. So I asked him about a bunch of questions about the 25 years, about what he was thinking, like, all the questions that I can think at that moment. So I write an article. I send it to the guy that first said, no thanks, please don't send me anything else, 'cause you suck. So I say, hey, Jorge Martin. Hey, Jorge, I have this. So I send it to him. He calls me. Usually it was email communication. This time he calls me. He's like, hey, Polo, yeah, what's up? Who wrote this? Me. Who interviewed Fernando? I did. He's like, I've been working here for a year or so, and the guy doesn't talk to me.
never talks to
That's
anybody.
awesome.
I'm like, well, he talked to me. He's like, can you prove it? I'm like, kind of like what I did with the bobblehead.
Yeah, there's
Blah,
tape.
blah, blah, blah. He's
Boom.
like, okay. He's like, all right, you're in. I'm like, what do you
And
mean?
now you're now you're in the Dodgers organization.
Now I am working for the Dodgers for free. Okay. The guy tells me, I don't have any money, but I can give you tickets. I'm like, that's money.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, right? It's money. And I remember the first time I asked for tickets, I was a little shy because it was Dodgers Angels, big rivalry. And I'm like, hey, Jorge, do you have 4 tickets? He's like, yeah. And I'm thinking, top deck. I mean, if you've ever been to Dodger Stadium, there's no bad seats. Not that there's
Word.
any at Busch, but Dodger Stadium, it's a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
It's really, it's a beautiful stadium. And so I'm thinking, okay. So he's like, I'm going to leave him at the wall call. I never had tickets at the wall call, so now I'm feeling really special. I'm like, oh my God.
Somebody left me tickets. It's a
Somebody
big
left me
thing.
tickets,
It's a big
exactly.
thing.
So I pick up the tickets. My kids, this is like 2006, 7. They're little. My wife, we're going to the game. So I see the tickets. I'm okay. So I'm like, oh, wow, where are they? Where are they? Next thing you know, we're like 10 rows from the field behind the Dodgers dugout.
awesome.
So I'm like, and I tell my wife, these tickets are $125 each. This guy gave me $500 worth of tickets for writing. I'm like, wow. I'm like,
You got your
I'm
taste.
in.
Taste.
I'm
That's
in.
so cool.
That's awesome,
And
man.
that's part of the whole story, like never taking no for an answer until they say, get the heck out of
Right.
here or else
Well-
I'll shoot you with my machete.
I mean, the fact that you went from cleaning offices to interviewing Fernando Valenzuela.
Dude, even cooler, your childhood hero is essentially was your access card to the career.
Right.
I mean,
so
how amazing is that?
Yeah.
All right, Polo Ascencio is here. He is the Spanish voice of
La voz.
the Cardenales.
La voz
La voz
de
de
los
los
Cardenales.
Cardenales.
There you go.
All right.
That was actually pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed, to be honest with you.
All right, we got to take a break, and King Scott on the other side of the break is going to tell you some jokes, if that's okay.
You just got to work on your que desastre.
Que desastre! No? Okay. At that, Polo?
I did.
You got it?
Hey. I love Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, we really got him.
My favorite. Yeah,
That was really him.
my favorite is Bradley Cooper, though. Bradley Cooper, I have a man crush on that.
Oh, you do?
He is hot. I mean,
He's saying he's hot.
He's hot right
No,
now.
so hot right
His
now.
career is really
in
hot right
fuego.
now.
no.
There you go, Moon.
His persona. I mean, he's
That's a dude, right?
I have a thing, not against, but with people like myself. I mean, I usually wear hats, but I'm gonna let you enjoy the dome. It's beautiful.
That's very nice.
Shiny.
Bright. It's so bright in here.
I am very proud of my dome. Right? Like my wife and my kids, and a lot of people say that's your brand.
Yeah.
Your dome. If you had hair, you'd be like, another guy, another Mexican
Like King
guy.
Scott. King Scott.
Yeah.
His thing is his.
Wait. Let me. My wife just called me. It's like my wife does not pay attention to what I'm doing. She's on the speakerphone right now. My love, I am on 105.7 The Point on the Rizzuto Show. So please tell Alexa, play 105.7 The Point, and you will be on air. I'll call you when I'm done. Okay?
Okay.
Bye, Polo's wife. Bye, Polo's wife.
Okay. She just goes, okay. All right.
Hey, you see, that's how I know that she doesn't pay attention to me. I mean, she doesn't pay attention when I'm at home. She doesn't pay attention when I'm away.
Yeah, you do your
but
thing.
I love her. I mean, 25 years now.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
We started really, really early. I mean, ups and downs like everybody else. I'm never going to find a couple that has had all ups, because then the first time it comes, a down happens after 10, 12 years, that's going to be it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying get in
know how to
trouble, break stuff. But all I'm saying is understand there's always good and there's always bad.
long as you
Oh my
come on,
God! You
Polo.
can totally tell she's listening. That's why you're saying.
I started something
I
early too.
love you, man.
Oh, no, and what I was going to say about Bradley Cooper before I forget, as you can tell, I go all over the place, right? He was losing his hair, and I loved him. Now he has a rug or something on, and I don't like it. Embrace the baldness,
Embrace
bro.
the bald.
But, hey, but
Embrace
he's
the
Bradley
bald.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have Bradley Cooper today, but we do have King Scott.
Oh, yeah.
And King Scott is going to regale us with some jokes.
Okay.
And Polo, if you would please critique every joke he does. Hang on.
All right.
What's going on in the news today?
All right, Polo is here. King Scott has your headline goo.
Read along there. It's in English, though. I hope that's all right. Okay.
Kevin Federline has spoken out for the first time about the Britney Spears situation, and he said he's on the side of, well, whoever signs the support checks. Liam Neeson's new movie is called The Ice Road, and critics call it his best work in years, which means it's only sort of terrible.
It's absolute trash. It's absolute trash, by the way.
That guy is always looking for somebody, isn't he? Where's my daughter? Where's my dog?
Everybody's been
Where's my cappuccino? I'm going to kill
Nobody's
you.
giving. Everybody's always taking.
This next one is where's my car keys?
NBC canceled Good Girls, but producers tricked NBC into picking it back up by changing the name to Law & Order Good Girls.
I like that one.
I like that one.
Oh, you got him.
Hey, my wife and my son, they always watch Law and Order. If you guys don't know this, the song for Law and Order is also the song that John Cena, the wrestler, plays as he comes out on to the ring.
What? This is walkout music?
There's a few.
Because somebody's going to die?
Well, I don't know, but again, then nobody can see him. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Justice will be served.
Yeah.
That's it.
So some of the tunes or the beats,
The walkout music?
are
match up.
in his walk-up song.
I'm gonna have to look
Didn't
at
know that, Polo.
That's awesome. Gary Busey turned 77 today, but I say he doesn't look a day over paranoid schizophrenic.
Happy birthday, Gary. Happy birthday, Gary.
Yep, love you. Kim Kardashian's skin line will provide undergarments and loungewear for female athletes on Team USA. Until now, Kim's only tie to Olympic sports is that she's been mounted more times than a pommel horse.
That's a big deal.
Oh boy.
There's a new vaccine based on Olympian DNA. However, that Olympian is Michael Phelps, so really all it does is make you sit by a pool and get high. They're still looking for the woman who caused the crash at the Tour de France, and they say she caused the worst catastrophe at a major sporting event since the last time the Arizona Diamondbacks played.
Yeah, it's a baseball.
There we go.
Baseball joke.
Wow. You know what? This guy's funny.
He's good, right?
funny.
I'll take that. Heat wave continues to pound this specific. Heat wave continues to pound the Pacific Northwest, and it's gotten so bad Bigfoot was seen shaving his entire body.
I'll take that as a personal shot. I'm a very hairy person.
Sorry about that. Scientists discovered a new human species related to modern man. Until they come up with an official name, they'll keep calling it Sylvester Stallone. And finally, a New Hampshire pizza factory worker pled guilty to putting blades in the crust. Well, nice try, man, but it's still not as terrible as anything at Papa John's.
Hey, come on. Come on. Hey, Shaquille O'Neal's the new spokesperson for Papa John's. Come on.
I'm sorry.
That's tough, man.
Polo Ascencio, it's been a pleasure having you in the studio.
Anytime.
Our final break of the morning. What are we plugging besides you doing the Cardinal games?
I'm just plugging be nice to people. Be nice to people. Again, listen to our radio shows, listen to our broadcast, and I cannot tell you how many people come up to me and say, I don't understand what you're saying, but I love it. And that's great, right? Hopefully, more people that understand what I'm saying listen to what we're doing, and we stay here forever. But again, seriously, be nice to people. I know we're all coming out of this thing. We're all coming out of the COVID situation. Vaccine or not, do what you want, but just be safe, be careful, and be nice to one another.
It's a great message.
Pretty easy. I love it. I love it.
Muchas gracias.
De nada. Gracias a ustedes. Muchas
Selena,
gracias a
thanks
ustedes.
for bringing Polo here.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Selena.
Hey, Rizz.
Next time you got to be here for longer.
He's leaving,
Yeah.
so he should probably say something when he's leaving. Like normally they would say,
Yadios.
Y adios. No. Like when he gets somebody out on the basis, that's like y adios. Adios. Now, if it's a home run, I cannot say that because John Miller, the broadcaster, Hall of Fame broadcaster for the Giants, he says that in Spanish. Like when somebody from the Giants hits a home run, like y adios pelota. I'm like, no.
Let's see, it's Yadios.
Yeah, yadios, like yadios.
Yadios. There goes the ball. Yadios.
every time he does it, he has to go,
Yep.
you know,
There's always a hand movement.
See ya.
He's trying to sell it. You know, for those who have a picture right now in your head, Rizz is doing the Hunger Games thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I proposed myself or I volunteer, whatever it is. But anyway, thank you guys. Anytime.
Thank you, man.
I love being here. Again, thanks for the invitation. Thank you. And you guys bring a lot of energy and good vibes to everybody in the morning. And that is when a lot of us need it the most. We don't want to get up. We listen to you guys and other radio stations, but mostly you guys, and just get up and go.
Well,
so thank
Polo,
you.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome. It's a great
Yadios.
compliment.
Gracias.